What about if your kid ever gets lost when you're out in the mall or out in the department store? I have 4 other siblings, and I used to play this horrible game with my mom. We would go into department stores, and they would have this circular clothes rack, and it was so fun to just hide in the middle, like randomly pick one and hide and see if she could find me. Well, it was fun to me, but it wasn't a lot of fun to her, especially when you got 4 of the kids that you're trying to chase around and find. A lot of times she'd get on that PA system and call for me, and then I was like, oh, okay, just got real. I need to come up front. And let me tell you, is the lost son or the prodigal son. It's in 11 through 24. So let's take a look at that in 11 here. And I love how they word it. I have the Living Translation. It says, to illustrate the point further, like in case y'all didn't get it the first 2 times, I'll give it to you a 3rd time. It says, Jesus told them this story. A man had 2 sons. The younger son told his father, I want my share of your estate now before you die. That's cruel. Just give me it now before you die, old man. Just give me what's... He returned home to his father. It says, and while he was still a long way off, his father saw him coming. Filled with love and compassion, he ran to his son, embraced him, and kissed him. His son said to him, Father, I have sinned against both heaven and you, and I am no longer worthy of being called your son. But listen to this. But his father said to the servants, quick, bring the finest robe in the house and put it on him. Get a ring for his finger and sandals for his feet, and kill the calf that we have been fattening. We must celebrate with a feast, for this son of mine was dead and has now returned to life. He was lost, but is now found. And then it says, so the party began. That dad threw a party for that undeserving son in that moment. The son's selfish lifestyle left this young man needy and empty. Don't you think that it's ironic that that son spent everything he had trying to satisfy his selfish cravings and urges, and instead of being satisfied, he ended up being needier than he was even before he left the house? Yeah. Can you relate to that? I can. Man, those things can look good out there sometimes. We can think that it'll fill that void, that it'll satisfy us, but it won't. It'll leave you emptier than you were before. That Jesus that you guys killed, that's the Jesus that healed him. That never would have happened if Jesus, though, never would have met him on that shore. So Jesus' heart isn't just for the lost, but he's showing us here. What? He didn't go to Peter and say, hey, Peter, hey, man, here's an invitation to this church service. You come to this place Sunday morning, 10:15, love to have you there. Take care, buddy. No, he didn't do that. He came and met him and just found a way to connect with him and love him and breathe life back into him. And so, yes, bringing people to church is awesome because this is where we connect and we get fed and we have fellowship. But ultimately, we should be bringing people back to Jesus first and foremost. And so here is that example where I believe Jesus is saying it's that simple. It's really that simple. Find a way to connect with people on a personal level and then restore them. Restore them, meet them where they are.